that worry as well, that could cause some confidence issues.
Oh, okay. The first time I'm seeing Hasim on the pitch as he comes into it for TripleJawa, but it's all gone freaks with this one.
Hasim did pick up an assist straight away, but it was just straight off the kickoff. And that's a very early goal again, and TripleJawa stepping up and making the fans in chat apparently very happy very early.
That's it, they're just channeling the energy that was supplied to them over on the Frost side. Zane, Aya, and John Needon could do with a quick comeback goal, but where it was only 5 seconds in, I don't think they'll be too fussed about it, to be honest, Gexers. They'll just be looking at that as a little bit of a throwaway moment. It's an opening goal in no time at all. They can come back.
Yeah, I mean, Frost has to be a little bit worried by it at some point, though, and I think Frost is another team that may be a little bit more comfortable sitting on a scoreline rather than trying to build back every time. But right now, they're firing on net. They do have confidence. Zane, who is realistically the newbie here, he's been stepping up over and over again. Right now, he's creating that pressure as well. Oh, and the shot!
Going towards net. Oh, so close. It rattles the woodwork. Back towards the center from Aya. Fisher taking it downfield. Good cut in from Zane. Are you going to be able to turn around on this? Yes, he is. You can see that pressure being applied. I'm loving these follow-ups coming through from Frost. It hasn't got a goal just yet, but it is so threatening.
Please do not start copying punny Uncle Yummy when you come in here. I will have complaints to the staff, I swear. Hasim in behind it though. And,
I have to remember the phrase, yummy, no funny. So you're right.
It's fair, but it's actually surprising me how little of the offensive half TripleJawa have had. They do get a shot off again there, but Arya too strong for them.
And we sort of expect that, I guess, in some ways from TripleJawa, because we've seen them when they go, ooh, oh yeah, we see you, don't worry. But when we see TripleJawa in the past, if they go up against some aggressive teams, they don't mind falling back and just waiting for those counter-attack opportunities, because these are some very strong solo players, aren't they?
They are. They absolutely are. And a lot of Asia is, they've been playing for fun, so solo players as a player can be incredibly fun. I personally like passing plays, but, apparently I'm the odd one out.
You're just a passing play enjoyer. That's it right now. Don't worry.
Hasim,
halfway mark.
This is looking good. TripleJawa might have some pressure here. It's just going to let up, though. They're not really holding on to this, and that's a pinch backwards.
That is gone. Oh, what a touch to send out. Why? Fisher might be able to keep this going, and yeah, just pushing it down into the Frost half gives a lot of room, gives a little bit of time. Even the follow-up, Frost don't have answers right now, because I'm looking up to the top right there, Gex. They've got the boost, yet they're just not playing fast. Demos like that are outstanding.
Oh, incredible stuff there. Frost is under fire again, and with an opening created like that, TripleJawa is on top right now, 2-0. Less than half the match left. Can they hold it?
Can they hold it is a massive question right now, because Frost, they could get a little bit of momentum, but the team with momentum right now is TripleJawa. Fisher goes again, finds another.
Finds another, and it's looking good for TripleJawa. I do see Frost taking goals away from TripleJawa, don't get me wrong, but 3 in 2 minutes. I think by the halfway point in these games, if you've got a 3-goal barrier keeping you from the win, a lot of the time these Asian teams are going to very, very much struggle to overcome that.
40. 3-0 up, and what's the play for TripleJawa here? Just keep on dominating, keep on playing with your foot to the floor. Don't let Frost even get a clue of how to score. Or do you just relax off, rest up, keep that energy stored up, because Gex is a best of 7.
They absolutely are, but they could be a lot shorter if TripleJawa keeps playing like this. That's a fourth one. A minute 12 left. I'm pretty sure this one is in the bag for TripleJawa. Frost are struggling to find any answer to it.
Kasim's first goal as well, but notice once again, off the back of Fischer, 3 of the goals he has been involved with right now. He's feeling it today. Gone? And Kasim allowing it to step in. That was a bit more of a novelty, though, it's got to be said.
Little bit of a novelty, but, you know, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, does it? Frost Esports have definitely lost this first one, and with no momentum on their side. And it doesn't look like they're trying to create it. There's just nothing behind them right now. They're lacking energy.
Do you just take this L, move into the next one, you know, let the 50 seconds run out and go next? Do you just let this one tumble away? Because looking at Frost here, they didn't even have a care about being in their own half. So I think they're just going, don't worry too much. Let them get overconfident.
I actually don't disagree with that. At this point, you've got to just acknowledge that this one's over, and you've got to form... you've got to get your head together. The best way to do that is get a goal. Go all into aggression if you have to. Play for the fun of this match for the remainder of it, and give yourself some headspace for the next one.
When we think about it, we know that Frost have probably got a lot of pressure on their shoulders because Gex, they're still in the run-ins, they can still make it in majors. We know that they've basically got to go through and win it all to get that 2 commit. So you would back yourselves as any who be able to go distance. TripleJawa, I think right now, don't have any weight on their shoulders. They're probably quite happy with the opponents they're facing off against, and are just playing for fun, feeding it this weekend.
Yeah, it's a shame. It looks like this one's going to reach the ground at a 6-0, but I really wanted to see Frost Esports at least get something back. Get the ball rolling, get your head back in the game, and, you know, 1 goal can be all it takes to do that. Now they've got to go into that second game, and they still look cold to me.
Yeah, it is an awkward situation. It's got to be said, I look at it and think Zane was doing work, moving about the pitch, but one man does not make a team. Arya was okay, but a little bit disjointed, and Jaron Naden was a bit nowhere to be seen. So it's an awkward situation to fix, because you could argue rotations overstepping his mark, and that caused other issues. This is something which we can't see just from a broadcast perspective like you guys at home. That's where you get in the nitty-gritty of it all, get on those player cams directly, try and work out. Most likely isn't going to be shown unless we've got the comms in our ears as well.
I agree with you about Jaron Naden not really being seen massively across the pitch. However, he did actually show up with the most shots for Frost Esports, and they actually had an enormous amount of shots across that match. But the quality is what's concerning. Not one of them looked to be ever going in. They were so well defended by TripleJawa, and the shots just weren't bothering them at all.
So, as we head into game number 2, for me, Gex, this is the moment Frost needs to step up. If they have another showing like that, another 6-0 or whatever from TripleJawa, that could be it for Frost. Like, how do you turn back the mental? I want to see life in them, but this is relentless. This is dominating. TripleJawa woke up today and chose violence.
They did, and the beating continues as Frost takes another goal that really could have been stopped. This is down to a mindset now, and Frost Esports, I do think that the answer to that is just making sure that you're on rotation and not just doing it consistently, but doing it fast. If you can make sure that you are on top of that, you can move forward with accuracy and conviction that your teammates are going to be there, you have that trust, then you can form an attack. Then you can make a goal and start to give yourself that confidence back again.
Good block out there from Zane. Jaron Naden's on the opposite side. Gets a 50-50 of gone. Zane once again back towards the center.
Oh,
Arya
yeah.
is up. Great connection, but the shot just high of target. No one there to pick it up in front of Neko, and the whole distance. Gone was looking for Hassan for Physio, but both a bit split. It's a difficult situation now. 1 minute gone already. TripleJawa looking under threat. But then, moments like that, a spark of genius from Gone.
Yeah, the threat just escapes, and Gone, the power on that, even after a bounce going in across field, was still over 100 kph, so there was power on that shot off the wall out to him, and that was all they needed. Frost Esports are trying to form an attack, but that can create openings like this to just shoot cross-field shots and sink them.
No, Cheryl Nathan then was up, trying to get demos. Well, that one the opposite way. Fisher, layoff to Gone. Getting the clearance, sending it downfield, the follow-up with it as well, but that's an easy pickup from Hassim. Just good stuff. Aya was there, ready for it.
Absolutely, and Fissio is trying to find Hassim again, but he does reach it with no time to actually form the touch he wanted to. Zane now, a good flick in. He's trying to find a teammate. Finally, what I want to see, but it gets away. There's confusion in the net. Communication collapses, and Fissio puts away a third.
That is an awkward moment. Jaron Naden was there, but he was expecting his teammate to go pick it up, thinking it was a wide across net. I don't know if that's miscommunication, just misreading, because it did come off the post. And right now, it feels like luck is going against Frost Esports in every single way possible.
Maybe Jaron just didn't want to be that guy to score the own goal. Pushing forward, there was definitely that risk, but you have to make that risk. At the risk of looking stupid, you may make the save that brings you back into this. They still have the time at the halfway point to make it back, as doubtful as it is. Zane making progress though, and Fissio. It's so cruel when it looks good, it gets stolen away.
Well, you talk about not wanting to look silly and all of that. We always look towards one of the best players in the world, Toby Polsey, you know, the four-time, as always own goaling. So it does not matter. Outscore your opponents, because you've got to take those risks in that situation, because if you're not, you'll get punished for it. It's better to take the risk and get hurt by your opponents rather than just stand there and do nothing, because that's giving up not only momentum in the favor of your team, as you know, you keep that pace, knock it to the corner, still could be alive, but it also keeps up the spirit. You've got to have that belief in yourself that you're going to connect. Like Jaron Nathan there wanting to connect with Arya is close. You can see Frost starting to come together. It's just got to click. Someone's got to turn that switch.
Exactly what I was going to say. In the words I was going to say them, they are coming together. Frost is starting to look better, but have they sacrificed 2 games to do it? Hassium is the only one left in net after a good demo play there, but he does make it in time. Frost must be getting frustrated at this, admittedly, but it's getting closer every single time they make a play.
It is Fisher on the ball over Jaron Naden, but eyes in the back lines, and you can see TripleJawa don't mind sitting back on this one. Give themselves a bit of security is Gone. We'll find Fisher with that. The drop down, looking for Gone again. It was a beautiful idea, it's got to be said. This TripleJawa squad, where they've got that confidence and they're feeling quite nice and loose, relaxed, they're going for plays that are absolutely stunning.
They absolutely are, and Frost Esports has been forming some back. I mean, some of these passing plays could have been great goals, but right now there is an opportunity. Will they finally find it? No, it bounces out of the top left corner, and cruel fate has taken another opportunity from Frost Esports. They just can't find anything, and now with the timer matching the scoreboard, 30 seconds will secure this for TripleJawa. 10 seconds a goal it would take for Frost Esports to get back into this.
I mean, even less now as time is ticking. It waits for nobody. Frost, however, starting to wake up, dusting themselves off, getting back into this series. Haven't dropped a goal for the last 3 minutes. It's what we want to see. Gex right now I don't know what you do, because we have tactical timeouts within the RLCS. Do Frost use their over, go, this is what we're doing right, this is where we can punish them? Or do TripleJawa try and bring it back in their favor? Because TripleJawa, for me, were losing control throughout the final portions of that game, but it could also just be them relaxing a bit more, right?
Frankly, I think, and this is an unfortunate statement that it might be the latter, I think the answer to that is to take that timeout. And I wouldn't normally say that about Asia, to be honest. A lot of the teams rely way too much on that time in-game, that warmth, and they can lose a lot, but they are losing by a lot, and they have opted for that timeout.
I think it's wise right now. They can start, see things are working, they need to perhaps even double down on that, but then be careful, because TripleJawa, like we said, we're a little bit relaxed. We'll be thinking about this themselves and going, well, if they change up like this, we change like that. If they do X, we do Y, perhaps even Z if Y doesn't work. It's all coming down to the mental mind games of competitive Rocket League, and this is where we're going to see Asia take that next step, because, as you rightly said, that's not in the sort of playbook right now to have those tactical timeouts. That wasn't a thing. Yeah. We're finally starting to get admin lobbies over in Asia, you know, and beforehand it was just, you got to keep going, you can't stop, you got to keep that mental up. Whereas now, when they're making the adjustments, this will make them stronger players.
I think that's because of growth throughout the region as well, though. Like, the fact that you can stop, take that tactical timeout, and change the way you play, yet come in playing at a certain quality, that comes with experience. That comes with experience of an entire region, really, looking at it this way. And right now, Asia are able to form that. They're able to get their heads back, come in, play with quality, and right now, that's exactly what Frost Esports need.
And for now, I look at this, and Frost, for me, if they can get the win today, that's going to be a big up over Atlas, because I always liken those two as sort of being quite close to each other and building that story. But on the opposite end, TripleJawa now, this is their first time not going up against Pulse in the quarterfinals. This is their final unlocking to go further. 1NE might feel a little bit hard done by, but TripleJawa have had the hardest route going up against Pulse each time, and now they're looking to push through. They're on the right side of the bracket to be able to progress to those grand finals and really let their name be heard, being the next team to get picked up by an org. And I think that's the biggest deal for them. They're seeing all these other squads that have made it to the semis get picked up by orgs, and Gon here is saying, we are ready for one as well.
Yeah, that's a quick one. And Frost, they came into this looking to finally form momentum. They put a stop to the game, tried to make TripleJawa lose theirs. Not a chance. TripleJawa still on top of this. And frankly, with that bracketing, as you talked about, going up against Alki or now Pulse every single time, they deserve that chance. And they deserve to show us what they've got. I feel the same way about the last team we saw win, going up against Azure every single time as well. It has been not easy brackets for them, and two teams coming through now that have had that chance taken away from them as the top bracket becomes so much more complicated.
John Aiden blocked out by Gon, who wants to take this deep into the corner. Good 50-50, but Fisho doesn't want to commit onto it. That's a weird approach by Hassim for massive pre-jump. And luckily enough, he's got enough time to turn it into TripleJawa's favor, but that block out by Aya. Mwah, chef's kiss to just deflect everything away.
Yeah, and he needed a little bit of confidence to even do that. He knew that they were beaten on that particular attack. He didn't let up, and now Aria kneel, or should I say kneel before Aria, they have evened up.
The first goal coming in for Frost now. It's a massive moment. Sure, TripleJawa halfway to victory, but, well, Frost go, take the next four. TripleJawa, it doesn't matter how much you've done already. Frost still in this series. Look at it, get the block. Didn't happen. Gon's just getting on the line. Thrown back towards mid by Aya. Jal Naden Ward's there. Zane is super on boost, but so was Hasif. This is now getting exciting.
Yeah, I'm just writing down, oh, nothing right now because Hasim is making things spicy again. Gone, brought it upfield and coming off that backboard. Jarrell Naden, not quite available enough, sneaks it into the bottom right corner with that perfect placement.
He does. Well. Take a little moment to rest, to catch your breath, because I don't think you're going to get many of them in this series so far as Zane launches it downfield. Look at that, going for the block. Frost have found a bit of confidence, and it's just going all out aggressive.
It is, and Frost have been benefiting off it so far. They found a goal, and that's something to be said. Aria has that ability to control. We saw it before, but it does get away. A shot there, blocked away by Jarrell Naden. Defense starting to hold up a little bit here too for Frost, and I'm loving these commits. It might not be the touch they needed, but it's just a sign of life in Frost.
And it is. Zane just beats Hasim to the ball, but don't matter. Gons in the back lines can keep the charge going past one, not past Aya. Holding a defensive line down is why it's so important to have two players back, one to contest, and then one on the line in case it slips on by off the post, nearly squeaking his way on in. Gon keeping it contested, buying time for his teammates to get back to that midfield. He's doing fantastic work, but Aya, so much credit for the solo run.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a free goal away from TripleJawa. That's the worst thing you could see at this moment when Frost was starting to pull away from what they were looking like before, and that's very, very tough. I mean, Frost, they went away, they took that tactical timeout. I have written down that timeouts equal good as a result of that, but, you know, the warmth may have just started to melt them here. Frost is looking weak again. Well, maybe not.
I have no idea anymore. This is a weird series so far. Wouldn't even be surprised if, you know, a reverse sweep is still on the cards. Frost are just trying numerous different things. Jarrell Naden trying an absolute banger attempt there.
It's not going to be successful, though. A good touch in the corner will slow down the play. And a second, that's brilliant. A runaway goal available, the miss! Zane can't do it, and Gon will get an easy clear away as Aria maybe losing that confidence to challenge. It does get away, and the rotations are good enough for Frost to challenge on this again. Actually, maybe forming something again. Now Aria Neal puts it into the bottom left corner, and it's taken away. Opportunities are available. A minute left. This is still doable, but TripleJawa could put themselves to match point here with very little more effort out of this match.
Frost Esports are playing with too much space between them, and it scares the living daylights out of me. It doesn't scare Gon at all. He quite likes it.
Likes it indeed. Gon has probably just secured this one away. We haven't seen Frost be able to take 3 goals at all. We have only seen 1, and it was in this game. 44 seconds. That's not going to be doable for them.
Demo like that, right on to Aya. Response were free, but more importantly, all the way back in that orange half. At that moment, the rest of Frost had to get aggressive, knowing that Aya would be back in defense to back them up. Instead, they played normal Rocket League, realistically, and you can't in a moment. Seconds left on the clock. It's all but decided a formality. Frost Esports. It looks like a reverse sweep is their only option. 2 goals, 9 seconds, 2 kickoff goals. It's possible.
I mean, I think this one's still over, but you've got to look at what it means for the next game. They haven't gone into a single game with the last one in their favor. So, you know, 1 goal in their favor going into the next match, giving them that little bit of warmth. It actually is probably massive right now, just as a change in this series.
I don't want to look into it too
to.
much, personally. I hope. No one wants to see a sweep. I mean, a lot of TripleJawa fans out there would be like, no, we're quite happy with a sweep. Don't you worry, Bacon. But for the respective of the game, we want to see the best out of these players, and I think we haven't seen the best out of either Jaron Needon or Zane just yet. They've been good on a solo attempt, but that team play that we've seen between them just was not linking up today. Like I said, a little bit too much space so that they could cover more defensively, but then they're not helping each other out in attack, where they're a little bit too spread out and thus can't put in a couple of quick 1-2 punches. Frost aren't clicking. They're getting close. You can see it. They just need to get out the WD-40, get rid of a bit of the rust, and then they'll be absolutely beaut.
Wouldn't that stop any clicks? It certainly stops squeaks, but right now they are rusty, or at the very least that's what it's looking like. But TripleJawa are also turning up well. They were expected to by a lot of fans, and this has got to be making them very happy. At the same time, you have to feel sorry for Frost Esports. I do have confidence in them being able to at least put a bit more threat onto TripleJawa now. We saw more out of that game, and I think it will start to mount. Whether they can take a game off in this series is questionable here, though. I said it would be close to a blowout. Right now is a blowout TripleJawa's way.
Again, remember TripleJawa, we've only seen them in the round of 8 going up against Pulse. Is it just that they've had the unlucky falling of seed in where they finished up from that day one, and now we're seeing them truly unleashed? Or is it just the case that maybe they've gone away, done the homework, got ready for this Regional 3, and it is that growth? Whereas Frost, who knows, they weren't ready for this really well-formulated playstyle coming through from TripleJawa, the trio looking sync. They probably weren't ready for Hasianth as well. Remember, we're so used to seeing Raptorang on our screen, so Hasianth coming on in, maybe that is the big change-up that has put TripleJawa ahead.
Yeah, I think Raptorang's a great player, but he does bring a different quality to Hasianth, and the quality that Hasianth brings worries players, and right now, Frost Esports should be that worried. Finally, though, we see a game that doesn't open immediately in a TripleJawa goal. Frost Esports are able to make something of this one.
Has to be said, though, TripleJawa do have control of that midfield line. Hasianth not going to be able to beat Zane to the ball, but again, still locked in. Aya wanting to go for the bump, doesn't connect with Gon. Zane with a cheeky little pop, but Hasianth is there to get away.
Yeah, I actually think you might be wrong. I think he was going for the shot, and he should have been going for the bump. Frost Esports need to make the opportunities better. Their shots are good, and their aggression can be good. They showed that moment, but they're not opening up the net. They're just trying their best to get shots on target because they haven't, frankly, had enough of those in this series. You have to make them count when you do make them.
Good stuff from Zane. Just keep it contested in your opponent's half. Allow time, but no one got back. This is like a cardinal sin.
They're still trying to form that pressure and maybe even form a midline defense there. That's not their game right now. They need to form a playstyle. Right now, I'm not seeing any kind of playstyle out of Frost. They're just playing, and that's not enough against TripleJawa. You said that earlier. And again, looking like an opportunity, but Fisio can't read that. Gon does. Hits it in at the last moment. 2-0 up for TripleJawa, looking for the sweep.
But that's all off. Everyone looking towards Fisio. We know the caliber of player he is, and that you would expect him to go for the shot, the double touch to put that away. And so it faked out Frost, essentially. I mean, making, lemonade out of lemons. Simple fact. Couldn't get to it. Got a goal.
Now, it's Frost that's really, really been given the lemons this time around. But if there's lemonade there, it's tasting kind of sour because Gon can read that one away, and another opportunity goes to nothing. Not enough pressure now from Frost Esports, but every time they try to push that pressure to form a midline defense, it gets past them, it gets away, and a free goal goes TripleJawa's way. So what do?
I wouldn't be able to answer that one, Gex. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Frost and seeing a team that just needs teamwork together. They need to have structure to their play instead of just run downfield when we see the ball progressing downfield, run back when it's already over our shoulders and launching towards the net, because TripleJawa have had so many sniper shots downfield. Good idea in towards Jaron Naden, but again, a little bit too slow, a little bit too sloppy, a bit too reactionary, and thus TripleJawa good enough to get the defender in the way of that. Fisho going bottom right, but Jaron Naden keeps it away.
Final 90 seconds starting up now. Frost needs to, and Zane might be able to start it up. We've seen Zane go off this season as the newbie. He does form some level of aggression here, but it's taken away. Now, do they have the defense? Yes. And it's Zane again. Demoed away, though. No defense left, and TripleJawa make it 3.
Big credit to TripleJawa here, though. This is a massive play. Going for the demo there from Hasiev, and Gon can easily follow up on it. No matter what, Frost wasn't getting anywhere near that. That isn't a Frost mistake. That is a TripleJawa big brain play.
Absolutely massive, and yeah, it is good to see at least Frost make TripleJawa play like that, you know? They really haven't had that much trouble getting past the Frost defense, but they were there that time. TripleJawa had to make the play, and they did.
Finally dropped down. That's opened the door once again. Jaron Naden's bought a lifeline for Frost Esports. 51 seconds, just 2 goals left.
2 goals indeed, and in a time frame that it might actually be doable for Frost if they can keep up plays like that. It might take those solo plays. You have to do whatever it takes. You are in your last chance to make that top 4 now. It's 1 game away from utter defeat, and Frost might be able to clutch it back. Now Aria does get a 50. Second man follows through under it though, and that will be taken away, but Fisio's touch is no good. Now Jaron Naden, will he get the pass off? Yes, but the shot is no good. Now, one more chance. Zane doesn't go for the shot on an open net. He looked for a pass to Aria.
No confidence in himself there. Connection from Jaron Naden does get the block out, but they're not going to get another player on into the mix. Frost, time is ticking away. It is not favoring them at all at the moment. The pop towards center. This has to connect. It does. 1 second left to go. Frost, hang on by a thread.
I have seen Asia do this before. Can they do it again? We will know immediately on the kickoff. 1 second of time to play out here. They need to keep this high. They need to win the kickoff in such a favorable way. It does go high. It's not in their favor. It's not found ground. No. It's in front of their net. TripleJawa take the match, end the series in a sweep.
Credit to Frost at the end. Never say never. But TripleJawa coming out the gates, we're running, we're sprinting, and we're miles ahead by the end of the race. They had come into today looking to win, and well, it's a nice little reward. TripleJawa dominated, didn't they, Gex?
For a team that has been relegated to only the top 8 section for so long, they have really shown up here and shown that they can outclass Frost Esports. I have heard everybody saying that TripleJawa was one to watch out for. They've been shut down time and time again in the first round of playoffs. This time, it's not going to happen again. They're in this.
But one thing that will happen again and again today is we've still got 2 more matches left to go. We're going to head on over to a break. Make sure you come back afterwards because we'll be bringing back Yummy for even more good Rocket League action. See you on the other side.